All right, well, Panera Bread is joining forces with Caribou Coffee and Einstein Bros Bagels to form a new Panera Brands under which the three businesses will operate. And joining us now to discuss is CEO of Panera Brands, Niren Chaudhary, also still the CEO of Panera Bread. Niren, thanks so much for jumping on this morning to talk a little bit about the deal. So I just want to start with how you guys are seeing the recovery in your businesses. We've talked to a lot of fast casual operators over the last year with strong consumer spending, people more out and about. What the trajectory has been like for those three portfolio companies, over the last year.
Thanks. It's great to be here. Well, the trajectory has been very strong. And as you mentioned, I think as a result of the macroeconomic conditions like stimulus payments, vaccinations, and a general desire for consumers to get back to the life as they once knew it, coupled with some of the pivots we made as brands through the pandemic, more off-premise, more digitally focused, and rapid-fire innovation, we are seeing a tremendous recovery across all three brands this year. And in fact, the momentum is building week on week. So we're feeling very good about where we are and how things look going forward.
Take us through why you're bringing all these brands together under one roof. Are they going to share rewards programs? Are they pulling from the same food suppliers? How are you thinking about it?
Yeah, I think so. It's a very exciting development. If you think about it, this creates one of the world's largest fast casual restaurant brands with 4,000 stores across 10 countries, 115,000 employees. So, much larger in scale. And I believe we can be stronger together and we can grow faster. So the real reason to do this is to leverage the competencies that we have, such as our digital ecosystem, our omni-channel network, our supply chain, as you mentioned, our innovation strength, and also the capability of franchisees that we have at Panera Bread, and that we can leverage these assets across all three brands to grow much faster. That really is the intent.
It's also a pretty easy way to tell Wall Street a story. Do you have any timeline on when you might become a public company again?
Well, as you can imagine, we are always thinking about various options all the time. But at this point in time, we have not really made a specific decision on when exactly that might happen or if it's going to happen.
It's Julie here. I have a little bit further questions on bringing the three brands together. Do you expect to have cross-selling? Are you going to have Caribou Coffee in Panera Bread, for example? Are you going to sell Einstein Bagels in a Panera, for example, or in a Caribou? How is that all going to work?
So I think the way to think about this is that we believe that these are three iconic brands with the unique roles in the lives of our customers. So we're going to be very focused and dedicated at ensuring the independence of these brands and make them the best version of themselves, respectively for our consumers, whilst leveraging the back end to really turbocharge growth across all three brands. So I don't really see any cross-selling, et cetera, happening. We just want to delight our customers who are looking for those specific value propositions across each one of those individual brands. I think the good thing is that these three brands are very complementary. So Panera leads on lunch, Caribou Coffee leads on coffee, and Einstein Bagels leads on breakfast. So they're very complementary, synergistic, and we plan to grow them faster by leveraging our unique competencies at the back end.
Yeah, Niren, I was thinking about the different day parts as you guys will call them that they fit into, and it seemed to me as a portfolio of, if anything, maybe skewed slightly more towards the morning hours with the coffee and the bagels together. And I'm curious how you guys have seen that part of the business. We hear from a lot of competitors in the fast casual space that they're all very interested in breakfast. They want to make more breakfast investments, but certainly with these three already have a strong foothold there. How have you seen that specific day part as a growth area?
So I think the pandemic has been transformational in the way in which consumers are accessing brands, as you can imagine. And interestingly, lunch has had headwinds. Even breakfast has not been that strong as it was before. The day part that has really exploded has been the dinner evening day part for families at home, working from home, and the weekend day part, interestingly. So therefore, over the last year or so, we have not only protected and strengthened our breakfast and lunch day parts, we have gone very aggressively for evening, end of the day family meal solutions. At Panera Bread, we launched the flatbread pizza, and we launched warm bowls as a meal solution for families for the evening day part, or for the weekend. And we partnered very quickly with third-party aggregators so our consumers could access our offerings for that additional day part, is the evening day part. So I would think that probably Panera Brands is a unique combination of brands that have relevance across all three day parts, not only breakfast and lunch, as you mentioned, but we are seeing tremendous tailwind and growth in the evening day part as well.
When your parent company purchased Caribou in December 2012, it had about 610 stores at the time of the deal. Now, about 713 or so. Why hasn't growth there been faster in terms of store base? And is that chain profitable?
That chain is profitable. In fact, all of our three brands, the brands are strong, the model is profitable. And I think coming through the pandemic, we have actually become even stronger, all three brands. The brands are stronger, the model is stronger. We're looking at asset-light models go forward across all three brands to accelerate growth even faster. So these are smaller box stores with fewer seats, more off-premise orientated, more digitally fired up, so that we can really serve our customers in the best possible way as they emerge with these fundamental changes in the way in which they're accessing these brands. So yes, all three brands are profitable. They're doing extremely well. And I expect that with this creation of the platform, the growth of both Caribou and Einstein Bagels will be much faster than it may have been before.
You know, I believe I went to a Panera last week, and it, like many other fast casual chains, had a hiring sign. What have you guys been doing in terms of wages? Have you been raising wages? Have you been having trouble finding people?
Yeah, that's a real challenge out there. It's very hard to find workers, as you know, impacting not only our cafes, but also our supply chain. They're also facing the same challenges. So just to give you a sense of how large that challenge is, we've had to hire 10 to 12,000 people in the last 2 months. Now, we've successfully been able to do that, but it continues to be an uphill task. And then also you want to hold on to the employees that you're hiring. So yes, we have moved very quickly on relooking at our entire value proposition for our associates, be that wages. So wages range up to $15, depending on where you are in the country, free meals, additional benefits, career progression, clear career paths for our associates. So we're centering our value proposition. And fortunately, I think our brands are very well regarded by employees as being great places to work. So we are able to find them, but it is hard. I'm actually thinking that maybe this is a short-term friction between demand and supply, and hopefully things should settle down over the next few months.
Just looking at the competitive environment, we've seen really eye-popping sales growth this year. Chipotle, McDonald's, the pizza players. Have you lost any share in your brands?
We've actually gained share. I mean, we have this black box index that we track. And I think we got quite badly impacted by the pandemic. About 12 months ago, we lost half of our business. But we have not only fully recovered to pre-pandemic levels, we're growing even much faster on top of that and gaining market share over the last several months. Like I said, primarily as a result of the pivots we've made, redefined ourselves. We are relevant not only for breakfast, lunch, but also dinner. We are more accessible not only for on-premise, but also off-premise. You can access us not only in digital ways, but also in the cafe, etc. So broadening the relevance of the concept, making it more and more accessible, has given us tremendous momentum across all three brands as we're recovering from the pandemic and moving forward.
All right, we'll leave it there. I really appreciate the time this morning. Panera Brands CEO Niren Chaudhary, congratulations on the combination. I know we'll be in touch as you guys continue your journey here. Thanks for the time.
Thank you very much.